So I was out with the wireless mic, like hunting him down, like, come on lads, get onto the dance floor. And I was getting like these group of all lads were just sending me these glowering looks, side eyes, and I just remember like we're doing the laps of the place anyway, and just going back to the stage thinking those guys hate me. And within about like a minute or two, then all of those lads and a bunch of people started filling up the floor and started dancing. That for me was like, you never really know based off an old Irishman's side eye whether or not he likes you or not. He's just giving you the side eye. He came up to me after a gig and he was like, "That's the first time I ever danced. Thank you so much." And he said, "I just looked at you and thought, if he's doing that, no one's looking at me. No one's going to think I look stupid." I was like, "Oh, thanks, man."
Welcome to the Weddings.ie podcast. If you are getting married and looking for the very best wedding suppliers and venues in Ireland, check out Weddings.ie. We also host a massive wedding festival called Wedfest, where you can get to chat to these wedding suppliers and venues in person. You can find out more about up-and-coming events at Weddings.ie. All right, nice one, Ben.
Hey, Justin.
How are you today?
How are you?
All good.
we haven't just been speaking before this at all.
Not for 10 minutes before at all.
Great to see you.
Here, tell everybody what you do, Liv.
Oh man, I didn't know I was going to be asked that. Sorry, so for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Ben. I run a wedding band called VaVaVoom. Yeah, worked with Justy over the years a lot as well. Yeah, we're the best band in the world, and I have the privilege. Privilege of running
it. So, like, do you specialize in doing weddings, or do you do like corporate gigs and all that stuff?
Yeah,
as well?
we do all of the above. I'd say we probably do more weddings than anything. But we do corporate gigs. We do a lot of pub gigs as well. Yeah, we've been playing pretty much anything, bar mitzvahs, funerals,
the whole shebang. and like, how did you get into the game? Like, how long have you been at it?
I don't really want to give a number on that now, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I started music when I was a kid, really, and then I started busking in the streets of Cork at like 15. So that's where I started making my money off it.
Yeah.
And then I started doing gigs around the city. And then I actually went to college as well in the Cork School of Music. And that's where I met most of the lads in the band, actually. We were all in college together. We would have done different bands together and we would have played together in different lives throughout our 20s and stuff. But then at some point, a few of us were playing in one wedding band and I was playing in another band with some of the lads and we were like, we should just create a super band.
Yeah.
And that's what we formed. We formed this just one, and it's been kind of all go from there. So I guess with this particular setup, it's about 5 or 6 years now, I think. Go pushing on that.
What's the lineup, instruments involved? Like, who was in the band? Like,
yeah, so we've 5 lads. There's myself singing, and I also play a bit of trumpet, and then we've got Pat on keys. He also plays saxophone and some random instruments. We've got Barry on drums, and we've got Dave on guitar and James on bass. So yeah, you get with the sax and the brass, the sax and the trumpet, you kind of get a little brass section already.
nice.
Yeah, but we're talking about maybe bringing in an option for like 2 or 3 piece brass sections that people can kind of stick on as a package as well. If there's any interest, but we'll just see how that goes if people request it.
But it's cool having having the brass and sax. That's massive the minute everybody's looking at, and it gives you a wider range to play loads of tunes, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah. And I'd like Pat, like when he's playing the sax, he's got the wireless mic as well. So he's a bit of a lunatic, like he'll be running out into the crowd and stuff. We just find people love the saxophone.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't love the trumpet as much, but it's okay. I don't take it personally.
Yeah. But here, I know from watching you live, you're fairly active on stage as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been known to jump around a bit, all right.
Yeah. No, I've seen you a good few times. You pretty much do bring a lot of energy.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
What was that something you think that would put you like across that other bands can't do, or makes you different?
Um, well, yeah, yeah. That's probably our main selling point in many ways. But I know there's great bands out there who provide a great service as well. So I think it would be wrong to say that that is exclusive to
Us,
us
yeah,
for sure. Because I know like you've got a bunch of bands on your side as well.
yeah,
Like the lads are just amazing. The Aristocats, the Bright Sides, like they bring energy as well and musicality.
yeah,
So there's like it's obviously not unique to us. We just do it the best. I mean,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
but but that would be I would say like we're all of us are friends for years. We love what we do, and I think
yeah.
that comes across on stage. We just love going out, getting involved with the crowd, getting people to have a laugh. I have played of depth with bands and stuff like that where that energy isn't there, and I've seen bands play amazing musicians who bring like the sound, but are just not moving. And like
But
if
stagnant,
peop
yeah,
if they're just standing there playing, and if all you're doing is delivering that, the people feed off that energy more than the sound half the time. So for me, I think it's just about getting out there, having a laugh, and yeah, it's the fusion of great musicality, great energy, and the fact that we actually love what we do, and we're all
yeah,
buddies. I think that's it comes across. But
class. And like, do you offer any other packages, like cocktail packages, any stuff like that during the day, or is it just the band evening stuff you do?
yeah, I mean, we will do a DJ package if people want to add that on. So that's an option for people. We also if depending on what people want, they'll sometimes ask for stuff for maybe the ceremony or for after. But we can tailor that package to them if they want like guitar and keys or something. The lads will do that sometimes, but oftentimes we also find it's just easier to put them in touch with like people who want a string quartet or a harp player. We know people
Uh,
in the industry, so we'll put them in touch with those people and try and get a package together. Then maybe do a deal on that. But yeah.
Yeah, and like, let's say a couple were booking some music. Like, have you any tips, advice for couples in general? Like, what should they be asking bands, DJs, musicians when they come in to book?
Um, I guess the best thing for couples to do is to go see bands live, I think, and maybe
Yeah,
see a couple
much.
of bands live. Don't just come see us. Go to see you know a few other bands around Cork. See them in their natural setting, and just see if that's the energy they want at the wedding. Or if you can't do that, say for us, we put up a lot of live videos on Instagram. You can at least get a feed for that. But after that, just ask, what are the set lists like? Like we'll have a very different set list for a pub set to a wedding set generally. But some couples want to have a much more rock funk vibe, so we'll take some of the stuff out of the pub set and put it in the wedding set. So
Yeah.
just figure out whether or not we played the right music for you guys, whether we have the right energy, whether it's the right vibe, and just do a couple of comparisons to make sure
Uh,
you're getting the right thing. Do you know? Yeah.
yeah. And like, Zane, what's your sort of process when somebody comes to book you? Like, do you have a good chat with them, see what they're into, what they want? Like, uh,
Yeah,
what happens?
we pretty much go through everything. Firstly, I just congratulate them on making the right choice. No, but when someone, we'll kind of go over all the usual frequently asked questions, and then just ask them if there's any special requests. Sometimes people are, organizing a dance or something like that, so they might want it to be played through the speakers, or they want us to learn it a certain way in a certain style.
Yeah.
Is there any songs they particularly hate? Is there a grandparent or a mother or someone who really wants waltzes or what have you.
Uh,
And we'll just kind of go through how we can tailor the package to them, um, and just kind of put their mind at ease anyway as to how the night's going to go, talking through the process. But yeah, then if we're a good fit, you know,
yeah.
we're a good fit. Happy days.
Yeah. It is a massive thing, Zing. Most people are getting married have never done it before. They don't know what's happening. So
Yeah, yeah.
educating them, like, this happens now, and then this happens, and then we do this, and take care of all this. Yeah, it is helpful that they know all that's happening.
I think that's it. Like people want to know, like, it's not enough to just be able to say, yeah, we'll show up on the day and play your wedding. Like a lot of the time, people know that will happen, but they just want to know like what is the time frame so that they can get a picture of it in their mind. Because I think people
Mhm.
invest so much time, love, energy into the big day. They just want to know what it's going to look like on the day so that they can set their own minds at ease. Because I think when there's a good map of how the timeline's going to run and everything, and everyone's, singing from the same hymn sheet, people are much more able to relax. Whereas if they don't have a good picture of that, people can be worried, is this not going to happen when so for us, I think the best thing is to just do a good bit of planning, get everything well mapped out. And on the day, then my advice to wedding couples is once you know everything's mapped out, once you know everything's taken care of and you've been in touch, you've confirmed with all your vendors, on the day, try and relax. It, it may rain, it may not, it might be sunny, it might be this, that, or the other thing, but like it's your big day and that's just a day to enjoy after that.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
thing, soak it in, try and enjoy it.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I always say it's a thing. It's like just trust your suppliers. Let them do their thing.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it might be
I-
your first wedding, but it's certainly not our first wedding.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Been there, done
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's always good to trust in the suppliers and let them know what's. Yeah, they've got everything under control. And the thing, suppliers do talk to each other. And
Hmm.
on the day, I remember anytime we were turned up, we'd chat with the photographer, chat with the hotel. It's like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know they're
For
there to
sure.
look after the couple.
Yep.
Like, where all do you guys gig then? How far and wide?
All over Ireland, really, in terms of
Really?
weddings. Yeah. We've been up. We had one weekend or like 5 days there last year where we just so happened to have like 3 or 4 weddings up north. So we actually just stayed up there. Like we did a road trip. It was great crack. But we've been to
Nice.
Inishmore. We've been all over the place. We would travel to Spain or wherever.
Yeah. We'll
If you
go
want to
there.
pay for our flights
Yeah.
and accommodation. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're happy to travel. Obviously, if it goes outside the 2 hour mark, we kind of just have to charge a bit extra for travel costs. That's just something to bear in mind. And if it's like in Belarus, we need to get we
Yeah.
get that covered. But other than that, we love traveling. It's good crack to be on the road. So yeah.
Yeah. Have you any tips for couples, budgeting wise and like how they could save a few bob here or there, booking music?
Um. Well, I think just today for this
Yeah.
podcast, if you're
Uh-huh.
listening to this podcast, we will do 100 off the band and 100 off the DJ.
Yeah.
Um, look, that's a promotion that we would do for wedding fairs or anything else. We will do it for anyone who's listened to the podcast. If they say that, then
Uh-huh.
for sure
Cool.
we'll
And
um.
like you do go to Wedfest as well, so you do offers
Oh,
and special offers there.
we've been to Wedfest the whole time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's our favorite spot
Yeah.
for advertising. I'm not just saying that because it's you.
Yeah.
It actually is.
Uh,
But we would do offers like that for Wedfest as well. So for anybody who's listening to the podcast, or if you want to put it up when you post it, that we do that. But like I would say, most vendors have like a bit of leeway in terms of pricing. Like you'll send a
Wiggle room.
list price. If somebody comes back to you and they said, "Oh, look, our budget is this," the last thing we want is for like the reason that they can't book their favorite band to be because of pricing and it doesn't fit
Yeah.
into a budget or anything like
Uh-huh.
that. So we will accommodate that as best we can. So we're happy
Yeah.
to have that conversation. There's always a bit
Mhm.
of leeway there for sure.
Yeah.
Also some vendors, not me since I had a 1 year old, but some vendors will do like much more seasonal pricing. Like if you book on a Monday, it's way cheaper than
Yeah.
a Saturday or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um, so that, and then January, February, March, there might be better seasonal pricing for vendors as well.
Yeah.
So it's worth
Mhm.
exploring all those options with vendors, see where you're at. But
Yeah.
always ask, can you do a slightly better deal? Because I would say most people have it in them to give it a go.
Yeah. Do a
Yeah.
bit of wiggle room. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's your like? Are you seeing any trends at the minute, or particular songs couples are asking for, first dances, stuff like that?
One thing I think everyone sees, which is just I mentioned earlier, is the saxophone. That's over the past year or two. It's just been everybody wants the saxophone. I
Crazy.
actually have to like lock Pat in for like you can't not play that wedding. You can't get a dep in for that because they want the
Yeah.
saxophone. So I think that's the biggest star, everyday stars in the race for the sax at the moment. And then sometimes people want the sax and DJ package as well.
Uh-huh.
So you can actually
Yeah.
have the DJ and the sax playing as well, and some guy running around playing sax. That's the trend that I thought was the kind of funniest that's come up recently.
Yeah.
Um,
That is it.
yeah,
It's so hot right now.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody wants it.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, it- we've replaced, well, not replaced, but we've just got now two options. We used to do some of the old time waltzes, but then we were like, to kind of find a middle ground for like to give the older generation something to dance to in waltz style. We find like bringing more modern songs that will actually engage the younger crowd as well, like Killa or
Yeah.
Tennessee
Yeah.
Whiskey and stuff like that. You can still do, uh,
Bit of a slow dance to
yeah, yeah,
them.
but yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's cool. If you're getting married and looking for the very best wedding venues and suppliers in Ireland, head over to weddings.ie. Here we have a venue finder and supplier finder feature. You can fill in all your information, what you're looking for, and it will recommend you the best wedding venues and suppliers. You can then message them all in one go. They will get back to you with their availability, brochures, and pricing. It's a super simple way to find the best wedding venues and suppliers and to make the planning process super simple. So go to weddings.ie and start booking the perfect venues and suppliers for your big day. And like when you're going into a wedding, have you a couple of different sets broken up? But where you have classics and oldies and then a bit of, I know, modern popular chart stuff. Like how does the night go?
Yeah. So what we like to do is we'll start the night off obviously with the first dance. We'll always learn that for people if that's what they want. And then after that, we will, like, what we'll do is we'll get everyone to form a circle around the dance floor for that. So when they come in, then they do their dance and say halfway through, get everyone to start dancing with them. By the time we actually start our set, the night's already taken off. You're not working to get people onto the dance floor then, which I think is a great trick. But after that, then we try and open up with like a rock and roll or kind of older style stuff because we know that there is only a certain amount of time that people of an older generation might want to dance. So we try and give them
Mm-hmm.
what they want to hear early. And
Yeah.
then we kind of progress through the decades basically, and move our way up to more towards the more modern stuff towards the end of the night. Um,
Ah. Mhm.
yeah, that's our tactic. But that's not always set in stone. You have to kind of look at the crowd and see what they're enjoying. If they just absolutely don't like the old stuff, you've got to be able to pivot into some more modern stuff earlier. If they don't, if they're not responding to waltzes, don't play four waltzes. You
Yeah.
have to have things to fill in, and also, like I mentioned, some people don't like the more weddingy set. They want us to be playing "Killing in the Name of," and
Yeah. Do you play
uh,
all that as well?
we've done "Killing in the Name of" and "System of a Down" and all of that as well. So
Class.
yeah, we've
Yeah.
got the moshers as well going. So it's
Yeah.
nice. It's nice when there's you have to at those weddings you still have to play some stuff for the older guys.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
find, but yeah, we've got wiggle room in those regards
Yeah.
for sure.
Have you had any crazy weddings or any mad stories from weddings?
Oh yes, but I mean because of GDPR.
Yeah.
um. Look, I mean it's for the most part weddings go like I would say. I know this sounds cheesy, but they always just go great. We just like it always works out beautifully. Though most weddings, people are just having a laugh, and we show up, and they just have more of a laugh, and it's great. And at the end of it, everyone's like, "That was amazing, thank you so much," and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And those weddings are good for the soul, obviously, because they're just you're feeding off positive energy the whole night. The ones I think are the most memorable for me. Are probably the ones where you have to work a bit harder, where the crowd is a bit
Hmm.
quieter, or maybe the two
Yeah.
families don't get on as well as they normally do, or what have you.
Uh-huh.
I remember there's one that sticks out in my mind. It was an early enough wedding in my career. It was just a quiet crowd. They didn't want to get up and dance. Like the bride and groom and a few people would, but
Uh-huh.
most of them didn't. They were all an older crowd. So I was
Yeah.
out with the wireless mic, hunting them down, like, "Come on, lads, get
Yeah.
onto the dance floor." And I was getting like these group of all lads were just sending me these glowering looks, side eyes, and I just remember like we're doing the laps of the place anyway, and just going back to the station.
Yeah.
Those guys hate me.
Yeah.
And within about like a minute or two, then all of those lads, a bunch of people started filling up the floor and
Yeah.
started dancing. Like that for me was like, you never really know based off an old Irishman's side eye whether or not he likes you or not. He's just giving you
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
side eye. But afterwards, that same fella came up and he was shaking my hand. He was like, "Jeez, lads, you're the best band we've ever seen." And I just remember thinking, all right, don't just go out there, do your thing, and people respond well to it. Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Yeah. This thing at the end of the day, as you say, everybody's there having a good time, and they want to have a good time. So it is fairly, as long as the band's good, acts professionally, doesn't like you're just there to make people have fun. So yeah, it is a good job.
exactly. And I think if one person's making a right idiot of himself, this
Yeah.
guy, then that means everybody else is. One quote from a
Allowed to
fella.
as well.
Yeah, my brother's friend once said to me, all right, he was like, he came up to me after a gig and he was like, "That's the first time I ever danced. Thank you so
Yeah.
much." And he said, "I just looked at you and thought, if he's doing that, no one's looking at me. No one's going to
Yeah.
think I look stupid." I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, thanks, man."
Here. That's your
But
job.
yeah, but I think if somebody's giving it socks for so long, the whole night, I think eventually it kind of gives
Yeah.
people a permission to do the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Have a bit
yeah,
of fun.
yeah.
Um, any other tips for couples in general? Like for anything to do with their wedding?
I think the best tip, just to reiterate what we were saying earlier, is like obviously do all your homework before the wedding, get all your work done before the wedding, and like you said, make sure you can trust the vendors, check in before, set your mind at ease, send them all an email to make sure they're going to show up. But once that's all done, tick those boxes off. That's the admin side of the wedding dealt with
Hmm.
beforehand. On your wedding day, it's about you and your partner getting married. You should just let go of the rest of it. I've seen some wedding couples really dig into the organization side of things to such a point where you can see it's slightly taken from their day because
Yeah.
they want, like, once the band finishes, they want food to come out in a certain time and this, that, and the other thing, and they've got this other thing coming out, and that's great. You can tell that they've put so much love and energy into it, but you need to make sure that you're enjoying your day with your
Yeah.
guests and with your. So my advice is, once you've gotten to the day, enjoy your day. Try and
Yeah.
yeah,
I know from that just from bookings in the past, like being too rigid and too
mm,
locked into something. I've known one example was set lists where a couple would send me a set list of 40 songs. Can you play them all and in this
yeah,
order? And it's like our
yeah,
set list is only about 30 songs long. We don't know all of them. It might not work
yeah,
in the night. We play to the floor. It's like sometimes it's better just be like, well, I used to love to get, any requests or this and that, and they used to go, just do your thing. Like, you're the
yeah. I
professionals.
mean,
You'll never
I
rock.
love
So,
I love getting requests of
yeah,
couples, especially if for the DJ, it gives us a good idea of what you and your crowd are going to like. Like, as much as we love playing System of a Down and Killing in the Name of, I always try and say to those couples, bear in mind that your grand aunt is there. Do you know what I mean? Bear in mind that a lot of the crowd don't have your specific taste. Even if you are, you know, into acid jazz,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Chances are you're one of three people at that wedding.
yeah, yeah,
um, so when it comes to the set lists, it's great to have a good idea. It's great to see people are interested in music that they love, and that means a lot to them. And we're happy to tailor it towards that as much as possible. But yeah, like you said, if it's too rigid, then you're playing a set list just that a smaller minority of the wedding probably like, and you'll see the dance floor clears. You like when that happens, and you see that it takes away from the energy for other people, and ultimately that can end up disappointing the bride and groom, and they don't understand why. It's so what we find then is, as soon as we start like pivoting back into what we know works,
hmm
and the crowd starts lifting up again, it's like you said, trust your vendors on those
yeah,
levels for sure.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's a major thing, definitely. So as you were saying, any special offers and things coming up? Have you any gigs or showcase events? coming up in the future people can check you out?
Oh, I meant to check this before the call, and I forgot to. We have a gig coming up in the Crane Lane, I think, next month. If I send you the dates, will you put them in the description?
I
we've,
will.
we've,
Yeah, not
we've,
going to hit or in general, where do people find out about you? Like, where do they find all
uh,
the gigs?
that's a great idea. Yeah, on Instagram we'll be posting our gigs. Facebook. So the handle there is VaVaVoom the room. VaVaVoom the room.
Okay.
um, we picked an easy name to remember. What's it called? Tralala. But so yeah, VaVaVoom the room is our Instagram and Facebook handle, and our website then is the same. It's vavavumtheroom.com.
Yeah. Are they
So
the
you can
best
find.
places to get in touch with you then?
Yeah, either through the form on the website or via Instagram, or they can give us a phone call if they want, just to have a chat. But drop us a message and we'll get back in touch.
Yeah.
In terms of gigs, that's where we'd be posting our our upcoming gigs and everything. We try and do at least one a month in a pub or somewhere, either in Cork or Kerry or somewhere nearby, just so people can come see us as well. In those scenarios, we play to the crowd of those pubs as well. So if it's
Mhm.
Crane Lane, it'll be a rockier, funkier vibe.
Yeah.
But that might be quite different to what we play at a wedding. But if we play the Clarny Grand, it will probably be closer to what we play at a wedding. And yeah,
Yeah. I'd always be telling couples that as well. Just be mindful of where you're going to see them. There's in a pub. In a pub, you might not get the waltzes and jives. They're dealing with a crowd
yeah,
in
yeah,
front of them on the night, so you
yeah,
just have to sort of keep an open mind to, just go and get the atmosphere, see what the vibe's like, see if the band can
100%.
actually play. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Yeah,
And and deal with the crowd. Um, yeah, cool. And Wedfest, probably see you there at the next one. You gonna be
100%.
there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, no, sounds good. Any other info or message you'd like to
Um, just book us. Make the right choice.
book us? We're number one.
I know everyone else says it, but we're the only ones who are right.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's
No,
like to
Patrick's
just
a funny
look.
one.
Yeah, we're fantastic at what we do. Pretty much every wedding we do. I know, like, obviously, I'm going to say this, but we do deliver a great gig every time. People have an absolute laugh. They're always delighted with it. There actually hasn't been. I've got a wedding tonight. I hope I'm not jinxing it. There hasn't been a bad weddings in all the years that we've played so far. So, it's always been great crack. But there's loads of other bands out there too, and I just, I know it's cheesy, but I actually, after all the years of playing, I still really love delivering a banging gig to a couple and seeing how happy they are.
Yeah,
So yeah, come see us if you can, and then go see a few other bands. Check out partybands.ie as well, because there's great bands on
yeah,
there. There you go
yeah.
now, promo.
Uh,
But just check out a bunch of bands, have a laugh, make finding your band a fun part of planning the wedding, because it's
yeah.
an excuse for a couple of nights out. Come see the bands, and if we're the right band for you, book us. And if not, then there's another band to go for us. Yeah.
There's other ones out there. As Patrick's, he always said, we're the number two wedding band. Yeah, Pat always says we're the number two wedding band because everybody else is number one. It's like, oh yeah, you're right there.
That is a good one, all right.
No, here I can definitely say from seeing you live over all the years, you definitely bring it.
So man, thank you so much.
There's no sitting down anyway. Yeah, awesome. That's the pod.
Yeah, good to see you, Jesse. Nice man.
Thanks very much for watching the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. YouTube is going to recommend another one for you to watch right here. Check it out and leave any comments below. We'd love to hear from you.